Hey guys, back at the village, we want to take you through Jackets 101, explaining to you what the differences are in a jacket that's going to be waterproof, water resistant, or a soft shell jacket. So this is a Pearl Zumi jacket. I stole it from the Bike Tech bike shop next door, that's why it's still got a tag on it. And I'm going to walk you through some of the fundamentally sound things that they're doing with waterproof jackets to make them waterproof. What I want you to understand is when it goes to waterproof from water resistant, it's going to jump about $50. So be ready for that and know if you want waterproof, you know what you're getting when you get that. So in order for them to say waterproof, it's going to be totally sealed any place where there's seams with some sort of laminate or waterproofing spray or anything like that, so that what happens is if you get caught in a downpour, it really keeps the water totally out. Huge main difference with waterproof versus water resistant is on the inside it's a four-way stretch. So what you need to know is this baby, yes, they're going to try to help it breathe, but because it's waterproof, if they start putting ventilation in, they're losing some of the waterproof abilities of the jacket, and they can't call it waterproof anymore. It has to be water resistant. I've had waterproof jackets where I take them out running, I come back from an hour's worth of snowshoeing, and yes, I sweat really well. This kept me dry, but on the inside it's actually starting to get wet because I'll actually have ice form on the inside because it's not escaping. So you can be real mindful of what you're looking for. If you're someplace that has a lot of water, as far as rainfall on a consistent basis, 9 months of the year, waterproof might be your ticket. Or if you're someplace where it's cold and you want this as an outer shell and you're okay wearing some other stuff underneath where you're going to work up a sweat without having it be close to you, where condensation would form, then maybe that's your ticket. So let's talk about water resistant. When you get a water resistant jacket, really what you move into is something that has a little softer feel to it inside and out. You'll still have a shell material that is going to really decrease the chances of rain getting in, but if you got caught in a downpour, you don't have seams that are sealed, and therefore eventually the water is going to creep in and get you wet. So guys, here's a story with water resistant. All of a sudden what you have is this mesh panel on the inside, which is meaning that this is breathable. It's going to be a nice softer layer instead of when a waterproof jacket gets really cold out, it feels kind of plasticky on you. And so if you're not wearing long sleeves because you just wanted the waterproof part of it, not necessarily the warmth, it's semi-uncomfortable. When you get into something that's water resistant, it's going to breathe. On the back of this coat, you'll see up here that there's ventilation through here. And what that's going to allow it to do is not condensate on the inside. It's going to let moisture escape and keep you relatively dry on the inside. I'm more a fan of water resistant than waterproof right now because what I want is breathability without building up condensation on the inside. Something that's going to keep away a lot of the moisture, but not have to, feel like I need waterproof. What we see people doing waterproof is if they know that they're going to be doing stuff backcountry, they need to stay dry, it's important, or someone that cycles a lot too, or lives in some place with a lot of rain. But water resistant, a little more breathable mesh, a little softer hand to it, and just a jacket that overall feels a little bit nicer on the skin, but still protects you pretty well. Alright, so this is what we would call a soft shell. And what they're doing with a lot of soft shells nowadays is they're putting like a wind panel, so it'll be the material on the outside and inside the same, but right in between them sandwiched is material that would be windproof or sometimes waterproof, but it's just in sections like the front of your chest and maybe the top of the arms where you would really want to kind of keep the moisture away. What it does is it just feels a little bit more comfortable when you're in it, and allows you to be in something where the material moves with you. So what you'll see here is none of that mesh, it's just a nice tight-knit fleece. Rear end is tight-knit fleece here, but in the back end of this, it's breathable. And so that's really going to allow stuff to escape, but really block a lot of the water and the wind on the front end, and just something that's a little more maneuverable. I'm more of a fan of soft shell, and don't make that something that drives your decision one way or the other. But a soft shell jacket is going to be a jacket it's just softer. It's almost like putting on a nice micro fleece or a sweatshirt. It's softer on the interior, it's softer on the outside. What we find a lot of times is someone will get a nice soft shell and a nice either waterproof or water resistant jacket. On cold days, snowy or rainy and miserable, they may use both with the soft shell on the inside first. But through the winter, what you'll decide is, okay, it's cold out and but it's dry, so I'm going to use my soft shell. Or it's cold out and it's snowing and blowing and it's starting to maybe drizzle and it's 30 degrees or something like that on a day like that, you would want a nice water resistant and waterproof jacket. So pick your poison, use it wisely, but know what you're getting so you're spending your money in the right places.